Good morning, all. It is July 22nd. It's about 10:17 in the morning. Um, I was I was doing my work, and it's really quiet in the house because Melvin had to go run some errands. So, um, just happened to put on the movie Courageous, and there was just so I could have a little something in the background. I love to watch Christian movies, and I believe that's a good one. Yesterday I watched Fireproof, but anyways, as I'm watching the very beginning of the movie, and I wanted to share this because it just what God just gave me, just the insight was just amazing. Um, so at the very beginning of the movie, the gentleman is pumping gas, and he was going to wash his windshield, and there wasn't any kind of solution on right there beside his pump, so he goes up to the one next to it. And in the meantime, as he walks over there, another guy comes up and is trying to steal his truck. So he runs back over there as the guy's trying to pull out of the parking lot, and he is hanging onto the steering wheel of his truck from the outside and is being drug. I mean, like he is hanging on, trying to stop this man from stealing his truck. And he's just, and they go and go and go, and they're fighting, and eventually the guy hits him off, but the thief hits the guy off. But in the meantime, um, he also runs into the ditch, which his buddy comes up and says, "Come on, man, let's go." And so the thief runs and gets into his buddy's SUV. They drive off. Two ladies stop. One checks on the guy that's on the ground, um, and the other one's calling 911. And he says he's crawling back to the truck. He's like, you okay? Just the ambulances or the cops are on the way, and the truck is fine. He said, I'm not worried about the truck. And he opens the door, and his son, his little infant son, which is still like less than 6 months old, is facing back there just squalling. And what hits me is that the question pops in my head: when did we let go of the wheel? And what I mean by that is we do all of these things for our kids, and I'm as guilty as anybody else, because this is what I did when my kids were little. Um, we focused on all these extracurricular activities: softball, baseball, football, basketball, band, um, and we focus so much on all of this other stuff rather than teaching them about God. And like I said, I'm talking to myself here, because you know we want our kids to um, we want to have that relationship with our kids. We want our kids to like us. We want our kids to, you know, in the bad, like we get to the point where we want to be best friends with our kids, and that's not possible. It's not what we were. That's not why God made us parents, is to be best friends to our kids. We are to teach our kids. Um, and somewhere along the way, we let go of the wheel of teaching them about God because the kids don't want to hear it. They're rejecting it, or they stop being your best friend um, because you're trying to teach them about God instead of baseball, softball, football, whatever else the case may be, hunting, fishing. It doesn't matter. Anything other than God. We let go of that wheel and stopped teaching them about what is really important. And that little uh, amazing insight just hit me. And I'm not even 5 minutes into the movie. This is the very first scene, and I'm like, we have let go of the wheel. And instead of trying to steer our kids, and like I said, he found his kid was in the back seat. Instead of trying to steer them in the right direction, we're allowing, and here's the other part, the thief to come and steer our kids for us. The thief in this one was the man that was trying to steal his truck. Okay? So he is the thief. We are allowing the thief to steal, the world to come and steal our kids away from us instead of us teaching them what we are supposed to teach them. We are allowing the world to do that for us. Just think about it. The thief came to steal, kill, and destroy. That's what that guy in that movie is trying to do. He's trying to destroy this guy by stealing his truck, in a sense. He is the thief. And the guy's holding on to that wheel to keep him from stealing. It wasn't about his truck. That's a worldly sense. But if you think about your kids and teaching them about God, that's the sense I'm talking about. So that whole scene talks about us holding onto the wheel and us teaching our kids about God rather than the worldly things, but also how easy it was. He just barely stepped away and the thief snuck in. Is that not what happens in our lives all the time? Oh, it's just amazing how that God just gave me that. It was just, oh my gosh. That is what's happening so much in the world right now. We look away for 1 second, and guess what? Here comes the thief. And he's sneaking in every little part they could possibly sneak in, but we are allowing him to do so because we're taking our eyes off of God for 1 second, and that is allowing the thief to come and steal, kill, and destroy any and everything in our lives, including our kids, the people that we were given as to be our responsibility as parents to teach them. And we are allowing the world to do so because of what it may cost us in a worldly sense. So I wanted to share that little tidbit of information that God just gave me, and I thought was so amazing. I had to share it. So I hope you got, I know this is just a short video, but I hope you got some insight out of that as much as I did. It's just amazing how, if you're listening and paying attention, God will just download this awesome little tidbits to you. And that way you can learn from it. And you can teach others about it. Share what God's done for us with others. Sharing his love and word is a testimony of our lives. So anyways, just wanted to share that with y'all this morning, and I hope y'all have an amazing day.